Alright, moving on to subtracting with unlike fractions. Again, very similar to adding with unlike fractions, just doing the opposite. So, jumping right into it, a female Cuban tree frog can be up to 5/12 of a foot long. A male Cuban tree frog can be up to 1/4 foot long. How much longer is the female Cuban tree frog than the male? So they're looking for the difference. Again, when we're looking at fractions, we cannot subtract two fractions that have unlike denominators. We have to get that bottom number the same. For this one, you only have to change one of them because we know that 4 will go into 12. So we don't have to change 5/12 at all. All we have to do is change 1/4. And again, they did that by multiplying both the top and the bottom by 3. So that our bottom number or denominator is going to be 12. Our numerator is going to be 3. Then we can take 5 minus 3 is 2 out of 12. But again, we can make it even more simplified because 2 goes into both 2 and 12. So we're going to divide the top and the bottom by 2 to make it our simplest form of that fraction, still equivalent. We're going to make it 1/6. So the female Cuban tree frog is 1/6 of a foot longer than the male. Or about 2 inches. Cruising right along. Jessie finished half of her homework. Better not be you guys, you better finish all of it. Lake Shawnee, I don't know. What kind of name is Lake? Interesting. Lake Shawnee finished 4/5 of her homework. How much more homework did Lake Shawnee finish than Jessie? About half more. Okay, so again, we're looking to make the denominators common. This time we're going to have to change the 4/5 and the 1/2 because the least common denominator, or the number that 5 and 2 will go into both, the smallest number that's going to be is 10. So in order to do that, they got 4/5. They're going to take the top and the bottom by 2, multiply it by 2. So that way our denominator is going to be 10, our numerator is going to be 8. With 1/2, they're going to multiply them both by 5, so that our denominator is going to be 10 and matches that. Our numerator is going to be 5, so we found equivalent fractions. When we take 8/10 minus 5/10, we're going to get 3. The denominator is going to stay the same, tenths. And with that one, we can't simplify it any further. The only number that we can, the only factor of both 3 and 10 is 1, so Lake Shawnee, good for her, finished 3/10 more of her homework than Jessie. Scoot it up a little bit. And the last one I'll show you. So again, we have 3/8 minus 1/4. Can't do that quite yet because the denominator is not the same. But if we look, I know that 4 is going to go into 8, so I don't have to change 3/8 at all, because I can have a common denominator of 8. So 4, in order to get 1/4, so that the denominator matches this one with 8, I have to take the top and the bottom by 2, which is going to give me an answer of 2/8. Now I'm in business. Now I can subtract 3/8 minus 2/8 to give me 1/8. And I can't get any smaller than that. And stop.